make sure I have my sound rolling. I think I do have my sound rolling.
What are yours?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're in. We are in.
We are so back. Are we so back?
I think we're back. Wait, and then how do I join the stream with the?
Oh, you're
with
way
the
ahead of
gang?
me. I realize now. Again.
Oh,
I
really?
I would pause if you could. That might be the easiest way to go about this.
Okay, I'm pausing. 12 seconds.
Okay, I'll let you know in my 12 seconds. I'll go ahead and talk through this really quick for a moment here. Sky Tour is out on the classics. All right, we're at 14, 13, 12. All right.
Okay, fair.
And I can tell, and I can see your thing, so I can see it's in sync now. So that's really cool. But either way, we're rocking, we're rolling, we're getting this thing going as Sky Tour versus Cabby, who's going to be in for Turkey as Lethal, as we've seen play in the past. Again, Overwatch League player right there over on the EMEA. Could be a very lethal force, no pun intended, as you already see getting forced over onto the point. As it looks like for the time being, Belgium is going to be able to start with the initial cap, but this fight still very much going on. No one dead quite yet. Flat over on that tree should be also prevalently in those trials, as well as Kaba going to be the first one eventually taken out right here. Turkey doing everything in their power to stay in this one, and that they 100% are, but they need to keep Cabby alive to keep themselves in this one, because right now is a war of attrition for Belgium, who forced Cabby out into the open. With that, I think they can lock this fight in.
Yeah, a really good start there from the side of Belgium in order to get a couple of nice picks. And now look at the ult charge from Petite Pigeon at 89% to that Venture ult automatically. I think, am I a little ahead? I feel like I might be a little ahead.
I can see your thing right now. You are a little ahead, actually. You are ahead by about 3 seconds, I think.
Okay, wait.
Actually,
I'm
no,
gonna pause
wait,
at 35.
Actually, no. Actually, I'm ahead right now. I'm at 44. I'm ahead.
Oh, you're at 44. You're ahead. Wait, I'm
yeah,
behind.
I would speed yourself up really quick. Yeah. Hey, so I'll give you a tip here in a second about that once you catch up. But fight going on right now. It's a 4 rush going through from the Pigeon right now, who unfortunately can't find any victims right here with the tectonic shock. They're forced out. We are at 60% now. As Sky Tour coming up to a Graviton Surge. Double DPS ultimate still available here for Turkey, as they're being, at least they're forcing bodies away from the point. But remember, this hasn't flipped even once yet. This has been absolutely insane thus far, as eventually bodies thrown in. Support's going to be forced back. Wes going to be down, and Kaba is just in a really rough shape. Eventually burnt down. Carrot runs out. It's just Sky Tour dying on the point, but it gets up to a whopping 81 percentile.
Yeah, really good stuff from them.
I can count up if you want me to, so you know where we're at, if possible.
I don't know, my stream is like freezing for some reason. I'm not sure why. Or,
what's your thing at?
I'm at 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. We will go as is, and then we will resync up for the next round. That's all we're gonna have to do. I'll keep trying to catch up. But either way, hey, we're going again. Remember, 81% currently for Belgium. Turkey's doing their best to fight back, and the biggest thing, honestly, is keeping Cabby alive. Because the moment Cabby's down, your fight is pretty much cooked right now. Farouk also having that grab ready to go is massive as well, or I should say more so having the beat for the grab is massive. But honestly, might not matter too much, as now they let this go, and now, if Belgium win this fight naturally, which, by the way, they're going to do it with the Graviton Surge instead, burning bodies away, it's looking like Belgium's going to be able to hold on to that one right there, and that's only going to be 52% for Turkey. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, really good fight win from the side of Belgium. Turkey going to have a couple of ults on the table. They have a Pulse Bomb. They have Kabi with that Annihilation, but Belgium don't really have anything in the back pocket. They need to kind of play forward so that they can try to secure the sub point, 95% and counting. They are going to be able to find a touch from the side of Turkey, but they need to secure this fight. Otherwise, this could go to the second sub map.
Yeah, right here. Flat would love to find a perfect pulse bomb. Unfortunately, perfection is not what's on the table here. Cabby now going to force Annihilation just to kill Sky Tour. It works out. Point flips back, and now you're trying to find literally anybody you can. Unfortunately, I think the only person still hanging around right now is currently Petite, who should be able to get out alive. So that's honestly a perfect reset, and now Consider Rush and Tectonic Shot available for Belgium.
Yeah, but look at Lethal with that override protocol. Gonna really be in a good position to get some nice picks. Both rushes are online here. That could be a game changer as we are approaching last fight territory. But Farouk taken down first is a not good start. That's automatically your lose to and your speed off the board. This could be a dire situation here for Turkey.
Yeah, but to be fair, Ken pick is really massive as well. Wes is best to kind of hang around over there. As Cabby being down is honestly, that is the worst case scenario right there. That is the worst thing that could have happened to you. And now all you have to do is just play the slow game, eventually get a touch over on the point. Cabby has to come back over on the hazard now to force the retouch coming through right now, but overtime has gone through. No one close to any other ultimates right now outside of that Captive Sun ready for Kappa. So point is going to flip on over. Overtime touch is going to be needed here as you have Cabby coming back, going to be able to defend, but unfortunately is super in the backline as Captive Sun catches onto one. It's Farouk, though, who's playing a ring around the Rosie, but no pocket full of posies for you. But SkyTorque being down is going to keep them in this one flat with a perfect stick coming through. But it's the solo heals for Ayumi right now, who's trying to keep Cabby going. Bring yourself back into this one. But remember, you can't get off this point, and they're fighting for it. 99%. It's going to flip back over. No retouch available. Turkey will clutch this one up and take your first round.
Yeah, really good comeback from Turkey. I thought that was over a little bit, but no, they're able to get the job done. It was a little daunting, a little bit back and forth, but they are managing to get the advantage. Really good stuff from Turkey for this first map, for this first sub map, excuse me. But I mean, this is a really good showing so far. From both of these sides. I mean, this could go all of the way, honestly.
It could. And just let you know, I synced mine back up, so we are now in sync with each other. So no need to fix your thing. Yeah, I just paused mine, so now we are in good shape. So no worries there. But hey, we're focused on this. We got our second map coming out here. We're heading indoors for Mecha Base. And these comps, well, Mega Ninja, they have not changed at all.
No changes whatsoever so far, as we do see the same exact compositions. Let's see if Belgium is going to be able to get the job done. Otherwise, this could be an interesting situation for them.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get some.
No, you're all good.
Yeah,
if you need to lock in for a second, I can also lock in for a second. But Kappa's already down. I say that's a pretty dang good start there for Flat, who has been honestly already kind of clutched today. That big pick over on the SkyTorque really kept them in that one earlier. But Turkey, barring Cabby potentially dying here, should be able to take the first cap right here as Belgium going to try to push their way in. And they're going to stick with this Zarya a lot because SkyTorque almost famously plays this Zarya a lot. I think it's really good in today's environment as well.
I'm knocking on your stream to ask to come in.
You are knocking. Oh my god, but hey, I'm gonna do that for you. But Flat and Lethal, too busy popping off a little bit. The ladder does end up falling over, but all things considered, I think things have gone well in this thus far. Actually, I don't see. Oh, I do see the thing now. Oh, I technically can't right now. We'll figure that one out in a second. I think there might be too many in the thing right now. But hey,
oh no, it says I'm waiting for host. That's
yeah, I am not the host is why. But either way, we're still locking in. We'll keep our focus going on here. Right now, it's at 36% now as Turkey doing a really good job stabilizing. Ken basically gets one tap, somehow hangs on there as Ken's going to get plenty of healing and regroup.
Yeah, really good showing there from Belgium being able to keep Ken alive, but they are going to get pressured out yet again from this Tracer. It has to take a little bit of an off angle, but look at Turkey's percentage right now, approaching 50% and counting. The override protocol is going to come out here from Ken, but will they be able to find anything? No. Flat is going to be able to get Chaba, so Belgium a little bit of a down position despite this this override coming out first, and right now this is a little bit of a challenge here. Turkey going to have the advantages that they need, but this looks like a Belgian fight when they are going to be able to finally sit on the objective.
Yeah, 100%. That's the full clear coming through. SkyTorque now has a Graviton Surge. Pulse can be available for Flat as well. The biggest thing, there's so many ults right here, but there is a lot for Turkey to defend themselves from this Graviton Surge coming through here, especially Farouk, who's about to have that sound barrier available as well. I imagine SkyTorque's probably going to be a little aggressive on this corner once they pop through to try to burn through Cabby, but Annihilation going to come through, push his body back immediately. Sound barrier is still around the corner right now. Unfortunately, it's not going to be there in time. They have to take their deaths right there, but there is a bright side that you take a 2-for-1 ult trade, you hold on to your sound barrier, and now you have an extra solution coming up here for the double Kitsune fight likely to happen after this.
Yeah, I mean, this is an intense matchup. Turkey have a lot of ults coming online. Oh my god, that pulse bomb. Oh, that was scary. I know that venture was, you know, they got a little close breath there a little bit. But Belgium going to have a little bit of advantage here. They have both support. It's going to be 2 support ults versus 2 support ults now. And Turkey's going to be going first with theirs. Let's get the advantage.
Yeah, 110%. See what comes to form right here as Ken already gets rid of Farouk. No sound barrier available. Belgium doing a really good job fighting back here, and they're going to push inside and try to maybe burn away Lethal, as that will eventually be the case. 60% in counting. SkyTour is trying to, I mean, honestly, is on track to build up to another graph by the end of this next fight.
Yeah, really good stuff from them. Like, please.
Oh, I see it now.
But no, Belgium. Okay. Okay, so 74% and counting. Oh, there I am.
Hey, we're in this one, though. Oh, wow. Lethal's going to go aggro here. Honestly, I don't mind it at all. Ken is going to immediately respond. No one down quite yet, though. Sound barrier going to be used by Farouk. Remember, that's what you get at the end of the day. And with Petite Pigeon already down, separation being caused, Belgium are just going to try to hold on to this point for as long as possible. SkyTour, plenty of hell to work with still, as you're going to see Kaba try to find literally anybody. Eventually finds a whopping 0 with it. It's rough, and now SkyTour is just looking to hang on for as long as humanly possible, as eventually Lethal wins out the 1v1 against Kaba. Now they're fourth back, 75% on the board. Belgium need to focus on their upcoming touch.
Yeah, they're going to have a grab coming online and maybe eventual if they play fast enough, but this could go the way of Turkey. It's a last fight territory situation, and SkyTour is going to be a little late to the party. Turkey doesn't really have anything of their own usage besides maybe a pulse bomb that'll be online first. They are going to be able to get this first touch, but it's going to be a daunting situation. And there goes the Venture. That's a bad opening pick. The SkyTour grab has to go absolutely nuclear. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, and yeah, that's going to be 3 taken care of, and yeah, unfortunately, I do think that Belgium is going to be taken out of this first map.
Yep, that will basically do it right there, as they won't be able to retouch, but ends up being a really back-and-forth game. Belgium held, like, the big advantage back over at, oh my goodness, I believe it's called City Center. I don't think it is. It's downtown is what it's called. But over here, it's really close as well. Unfortunately, SkyTour just wasn't able to get that grab at the ideal time. It's unfortunate, but it's a back-and-forth affair. Make sure to swap your thing back before I try to...
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, you're all good. I basically just got to time it up when you do it. It's all chill. But hey, either way, double Kiriko before we fade back. But no, that's about what I was expecting, honestly, in terms of it being a really back-and-forth game. But again, Turkey take the first one. They got to be feeling confident after that as well. It's maybe closer than I think they were hoping for, but there's not really any teams that I think are just complete pushovers. Belgium especially isn't in that conversation.
Yeah, I think that this Belgium matchup could go 3 maps, just like we saw with Ireland and Iceland. I mean, both of these teams seem incredibly talented at their jobs. So we'll have to find out, of course, if they're going to be able to get that lead going. Otherwise, okay, wait, I think my stream is all set up. I think I'm all good. It's taking me a minute, but I believe I'm all set. It only took me an entire map, but you know what? That just happens in the world of streaming. We can check the updates on the other matchups really quickly, just to see how they're doing. Looks like Austria took the first map off of Czech Republic. And has the other one even been?
I don't think it has been updated quite yet. Yeah, so we're waiting on the Turkey, Belgium to update on there, and then we have Portugal taking on Estonia that I don't think has updated either quite yet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm just looking through Wikipedia for this and seeing when things update there. Technically, the fastest way is just to have the other streams pulled up, but my internet cannot handle that kind of pressure.
We're gonna see. Oh wow, it looks like Estonia is literally just about to beat. Yeah. Okay, Estonia just won their map.
Okay, there you go. Up 1-0 now. All right, progress. Exclamation point drops. I wish that's how it worked, gang. I wish that's how it worked with the stream.
The other map is going on right now. Czech Republic versus Austria is on map number 2 right now, and Czech is getting full held right now on Havana. If you want to pull, I don't know if you want to pull that one up while we're waiting.
I might. It's more of just like we'll have to. What am I saying? I have no idea when this next one will begin. Now, if it ends, then we'll jump over. 100%, we'll jump over. Right now, biggest thing at hand, I would say, is kind of just reiterating a point I've already brought up and how close this first map was. And I think what this really says about both of these teams, that I think it's reasonable to put both these teams in your top 5 as well. Like, it feels weird to say, you're going to even say that about teams a lot today, but it's because I think there are teams that have this really big potential to go in here and take these really close games. I mean, you look at what Iceland did before against Italy. That was a really back-and-forth game, and for Iceland, it's really big for them to clutch that one out. And we'll see how they go up against as a direct result of that win. It could be very simple of them going up against another powerhouse like Germany or Netherlands right out the gate. But for now, this is the back and forth that I was really hoping and expecting from the squad. Turkey take it, and I think a lot of that, truthfully, does come from a lot of that front line within Lethal and Flat, who... Lethal, I mean, the resume speaks for itself, but Flat is kind of the unspoken hero a lot of time for this squad. Extremely consistent. They save the fight by hitting Skytour with that pulse bomb and bring back that first point. It's a really phenomenal job, and it's pretty much picking right where they left off during those trials where they performed so dang well.
Yeah, something that I want to consider that probably will never see the light of day, but I think would be quite funny, is if we could get a look going on who is it? Dirt. Let's get Dirt going, yeah? Shall we?
Yeah, I don't know where Dirt's at today. I imagine Dirt's there, but to be fair, Dirt, as good as they are a lot more of a specialist tank. They can play a lot of tanks for sure, but we know the tanks that they're extremely good at, and I mean, I think realistically how Turkey performed, I don't think I would be in the biggest panic scenario to throw Dirt in to a situation like that. I think that's the point we're kind of at right now. Now, if you're going into a map where it feels like, hey, we want to do this, go ahead, we do that. There's also this possibility that maybe, because bans are happening, we don't usually know what they are unless they're shared with us, but there is a possibility that the Hall got banned out immediately, and they just had to instead put in the other tank. That's a very real possibility.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case. Sorry, I'm trying to...
No, it's all chill.
I need to bring over Discord, because I don't know if my stream can hear you right now, which makes me find it kind of...
So, do you have desktop audio on, is the question?
Yes, I do.
Okay, it is unmuted, correct?
I believe so.
Okay, because if it's live, you'll see it be like a green bar. If it's not, then it'll be a gray bar.
Yeah, I did add a Discord capture, but it's a gray bar right now, and I don't know how to make it a real bar.
Okay, so next to it is
I see.
Yeah. I think something just clicked.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, I think I'm getting it. Guys, first day on the job as a streamer. Don't... I haven't done this very often. I'm hoping to do it more once my season or once the semester ends and I get to have summer.
Yeah, here
to myself.
Let's see. I'll start putting out prediction stuff. Actually, that sounds like a really fun idea. Because I mentioned these before, but I always forget. I was just zone out when I try to do these.
That's so real, though. That just happens on occasion. I get it.
It just does. I want people to actually mess around with channel points, though. But hey, I timed that perfectly. We have 34 people right now in the chat, by the way. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all been popping off so far today. Absolutely love y'all. And you know what else I love? I love Overwatch, because guess what? We're getting ready to head into our second map of this series. Turkey, remember, took that one on Busan over Belgium in a really close affair. And now we head over to our second map. We're looking at our lineups. It looks like nothing has changed.
Yeah, gonna be a really good start here from the side. Oh wait, actually I want to do this and mute this. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
No. Golly, this is complicated.
Yeah,
you know?
we can talk plenty after this is over, because I'll have like a bit of time, because the moment I'm done after the 6 hours of this, we're doing the double face elite game like directly afterwards. So I'm in for a very long day. But you know what else is awesome? Having this one's Overwatch in one setting. You know what else is awesome? You know what? Reaper Gaming! Petit Finjan over on the Reaper now to pair up with the Zarya Skytour instead. And honestly, I like this. This is easier to burn down someone like Cabby, who's been a really big frontline force and really difficult to deal with as well. But you still have to kind of rotate and find yourself with some viability to get in there, because for the time being, Mega Ninja, it's a lot of poke, no substance outside of that, but Lethal throwing the nade like it's a sniper rifle, and it works out brilliantly for them, and with the backline gone, Belgium should follow it from there.
Yeah, I had to change my quality a couple times so the stream stopped lagging. But yeah, it is going to be Turkey taking that first lead, even though Lethal does get taken down. And we actually see SkyTor on that monkey now. Definitely going to be interesting to see how that plays out. As look at Flat's all charge already, going to be 77 and 2. That pulse bomb, that could be absolutely massive here. Also a good situation for the side of Belgium. Going to be close to that override protocol as well. Going to be matching it pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much so. We'll see what comes online, though. SkyTor being over on the Winton Gaming is always fun to see. It is slightly difficult, but honestly, I love the combo. Because, again, you can kind of get around anywhere. Pigeon can just follow you very easily in that aspect as well, as Flat throws out that pulse bomb. Unfortunately, doesn't stick the landing. But still, despite very much online, and SkyTor, the big job here is really to continue to make openings for the squad, but that can't happen when you're in the spawn room. Taken down really quickly, and at 70%, all Belgium can do is get out of there and focus on who's going to be your retouch.
Yeah, Belgium does have a chance to get a retouch going here, I think, but it's going to be... Oh, do they? I don't think they do, actually. I think you're a little bit ahead of me. Let me speed this up a little bit.
Just slightly, yeah. So right now, actually, I don't know, because... Oh, no, you're ahead of me, actually, right now. We're
I am?
99, yeah. So go ahead and pause where you're at right now. I'll let you know when to unpause. But either way, we know that fight. We know this fight's over now. They're not going to be able to retouch right now. So, now.
Okay.
Okay, we're pretty synced up as much as we realistically can be.
Okay.
I'm like half a second ahead, but we'll turn that later. Either way, big fight there for Turkey. Now they have double Sir Ultimates online for the fight.
Yeah, now Belgium going to be a little bit behind, actually ahead in terms of ult charge. Turkey going to have both of their support ults to the best of their ability. We're going to have to see how big these can go. I mean, there is a world in which Farouk with this raid does manage to just win this fight outright, as Belgium is going to have a little bit of a problem here, as that override protocol is going to be popped here from Ken.
Yeah, and Farouk is going to let this orbital raid go and take a bunch of space with it, by the way. Everyone pretty much has to just steer clear the entire thing. And now double Consider Rush is going to be used. Ayumi lets it loose on the later side, try to build up, but D-Pigeon still has the Dust Blossom around the corner, as Flat is barely able to pick up that Mega Health Pack in time to hang in there. You still see a lot of that damage coming through. Can SkyTor pick up a couple of their own? Cabby soon to fall over, I imagine. Cabby would obviously love to hit this ult. Unfortunately, it's just not worthwhile. Pulse Bomb, it does end up hitting Kaba. Doesn't finish them off, though.
Yeah, really good fight win for Belgium there. You know, being able to get the job done, even though Turkey committed so many ults. Now, I mean, what, you have an Annihilation and you're halfway to an Override Protocol, but Belgium have the Reaper ult, they have the Primal, and they have that Captive Sun on the table. So this could be Belgium making this a 1-1 situation as long as it... Jeez Louise. Okay, get down, Mr. President.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Well, let's see what comes to form here, though, as already coming up to that 50% marker here very shortly. Lethal getting taken care of by Ken is such a big thing for them. It's going to cause this thing to open wide for them to potentially keep pushing back the enemy forces. But for now, they just have to settle with that as their only pick of that fight.
Yeah, 67% and counting, and Turkey did gain a little bit of ult charge, but this whole time Belgium has been gaining up percentage on the board. Lethal gets looked at a little bit, but there is peel there coming through from Farouk, who is going to be the next target to get dove on. Actually gets taken down. The Primal is popped, and this could be the end of the sub point for Turkey. There's not really any pressure left. Lethal's going to get staggered out here a little bit, and yeah, there's nobody else, and it looks like Belgium is just going to make this a 1-1 situation.
Yep, back and forth like we are still expecting to be the case, as Belgium are coming to this fight, honestly, with some amazing ultimates. Let's keep it real. While Cabby and Lethal having their own is really deadly, D-Pigeon can take care of any kind of disruptive situation with the Death Blossom. You're about to have Kitsune Rush around the corner. Ken can match Lethal at any point as well, and Kaba can throw that in the moment that Ayumi uses that cleanse. And the cleanse is out. Opportunities here. Lethal and Ken can be the first ones to attempt to strike, though. Cabby being delivered a lot of blows, but no one going down quite yet, as Ken and Lethal are playing the game like they're Pharas, as Lethal will eventually take the 1v1 win. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to be enough, as Kaba just lets loose, sends the sun directly into Lethal's face. And with Cabby hanging around trying to get some care, unfortunately, this will be some temporary reprieve, as Belgium going to start with a third point.
Yeah, they still have this Reaper ult online here. The Rush is also on standby. They did pop 2 ults to get the job done, and Turkey does have an advantage. But they do get that first cap, which is so incredibly important on Flashpoint. Now they can just kind of stall for time, try to build up as much percentage as possible, and hope that Turkey over ults in this next upcoming fight.
100%. Annihilation still available is massive for Turkey to bring themselves back into this one, but to be fair, there's no one easy to go after right now. That's the issue. Like, the Ramatra is there to mainly poke more than anything else, and now Continued Rush is going to enable them to start moving on forward, and Cabby sees the opportunity to run down this back line, but now they're so far separated from the team where Cabby has to bum rush back to the lineup. They get burnt down instead, and now 65%, the best thing you can do is regroup and try to enter with one of these support ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, Turkey's going to be in a down position here. It's going to be last fight territory for them. You're going to have to hope and pray that your support ults are good enough, and we do see a little bit of a diva swap here as we go for this last fight.
We'll see how it goes right now. Petite's really just having to hide away here, waiting for an opportunity. No cleanse at this point right now as see Skytor going in, able to burn out Ayumi, and now Turkey struggling big time on this composition. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this one. Unfortunately, the problem is right now, it's not really working out. You're still in the 4v5 though. Lethal hanging around is going to attempt to find some kind of bodies to go after right now. Rough situation is eventually Cavill going to be taken out. You're trying to find the direct over onto Ken. Ken trying the exact same thing as well. Neither end up connecting though as Lethal throws everything into Skytor to burn back, get a little bit of that help. But with Cabby down, they need to have somebody weak touching this point. Those health bars are eventually going to run out, but there is a momentary flip. This offers a momentary reprieve for them to potentially regroup.
Yeah, Pulse is going to go a little wide. I think I might be a little bit ahead of you, but Belgium is going to have to regroup a little bit. Turkey does get the objective, but they have nothing in the bank in order to get this job done. We're still holding on to this Reaper from the side of Belgium, and the Captive Summon is online here. This could be a change for the better for Belgium. They can make this a 2-1 situation here. They just need to win one more fight in order to get the job done. This Tracer is going to be doing a little bit of poking damage, but it's not going to matter all too much as Turkey are approaching last fight territory. They're stalling a really good job.
Yeah, they're doing really good. I'm at 60% now. It's definitely a little behind. But hey, Ked gets a brilliant pick. Really good start over there to get things going right now. 70% now on the board. As you still have great things to work with, but honestly, the question is you might not even really fully need them right now. As Cabby over on this Diva wants to try to make a really big difference as the point's going to flip over. Cabby knocked out of the mech means, unfortunately, Flat is going to have to touch this point. No pulse bomb in hand. The supports are getting harassed, and unfortunately, retouches while they're still coming. I don't know how much it's going to matter. Skytor going down, though, is going to force some ults out over here. Now you see, and you're trying to burn some bodies. Cabba's going to make sure one explodes. Lethal also going to potentially explode. Cabba, big finish to put it at map point for Belgium. And now Belgium, one away from bringing this to another third map.
Yeah, we do see Kabi going to be coming up on that bomb, but look at these ult charges, right? This is going to be a really telling fight. If Belgium are able to win this out with very little ultimates, then this could be that point secured for them, making us go to a map 3. That is definitely something that could be in the cards. But we'll have to find out, of course, as we do have this first fight going on. I'm really worried about this Reaper ult. You know, they've been holding it for a while, and now that this Diva's here, it's going to like not be able to get that much value. We're going to have to see if they're going to be able to find anything with it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Overwatch 3 is not on the horizon right now. Do not hold your ults for that, I promise you. The biggest issue right now is while Lethal's trying to burn some bodies around Skytor's probably needs Primal Rage here. Yep, does end up coming out, pushing some bodies back around as the point is opened up. You managed to push Ayumi back in momentarily, but not able to find any completion. But Continued Rush should be able to force enough bodies to where they should be able to cap this point away, especially as Ayumi burnt down. Bomb is in the air. Unfortunately, Cabby cannot remix. So Belgium takes over once more. Skytor burnt down means they can quickly regroup with Cabby. Maybe they can get a retouch here.
Yeah, a lot of ult utilized from the side of Belgium. They don't have that rush. They don't have that primal. Turkey did commit a lot, however, and they don't have anything to say for it. The override protocol is going to be used here, trying to look for something to get done, but it's not going to be able to find anything just yet. As there's beautiful kiting out from the side of Turkey, but this entire time they're still getting percentage on the board. So right now there is a world in which Turkey do come back in here with this Ray in order to get an exchange going, but we still hold on to this Reaper ult. We need to utilize this at one point. There's the Ray. We're going to have to see if Belgium are going to be able to clutch this up or if Turkey get a flip.
We'll see. Eventually, 70% still on the board. Again, you have that Death Blossom ready to go over on the point, and to be fair, you only need to get one person with it to get value. You don't need a group of 3 ultimately. As Pigeon will end up going down, Skytor, last body over on the point, as everyone else going to stagger themselves on. Eventually, as Wes and Ken just focus on trying to get out of there, unfortunately, will not be the case for one, as the rest will be able to reset.
Yeah, now Turkey gonna have possession, but it's really daunting for them. They cannot lose a fight whatsoever, or otherwise they are going to be going to a map number 3. But we'll have to find out, of course, if Belgium is going to be able to clutch it up. They do have 3 ults coming online, but one of them is pretty much non-existent considering they haven't touched it yet. The Turkey does going to have an override protocol themselves. That's going to be the advantage that they need to look for, and that's going to be an opening here from Lethal. Will they be able to go massive with it? We're going to have to find out.
Find out really quickly as you take a trade, flat Skytour bolt down, and honestly that sucks. Now, without Skytour there, you don't have big stall potential with having that Primal Rage, so now Turkey are sitting in good condition, and with that City Rush on their side, I think they get a very distinct advantage because of that.
Yeah, and there goes Petite Pigeon yet again. I think, is that Logic with a streamer mode name on or a different account, or am I just, is that like
I think that's the actual name, I'm pretty sure.
That's the actual name. That's really weird, actually. Okay, but Turkey are going to be getting it into an overtime situation here. Primal is going to be popped out here from Skytour, looking for something to get done, not able to find all too much. A lot of ults are going to be utilized, and Turkey need to win this fight, otherwise they are going to be going to map number 3 right here, right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not looking great for them. Petite Pigeon has been holding this all. It's going to be worth it at the end of the day, as it still hasn't been used quite yet. Skytour is being chased down. Kaba going to try to come back over on the Juno. It's not going to matter, though, as Turkey is going to bring this one to a 5th and final point here. As, yeah, they'll clean that one up. As Petite Pigeon, man, I mean, you might just be saving this for the grand finale, for all we know.
That's what it's kind of feeling like, right? I mean, Belgium... they've been holding this all for a while. Yes, I know there's a Diva. Yes, I know there's a Security, but you got to pop it at some point, right? You can't just hold on to this forever. It's been 2 points and you haven't popped it. I mean, you maybe just swap. Just say screw the ult and just swap. That could be the option here as Belgium, and going to the 5th and final flashpoint here. This is going to be the battle of the Titans here. The bomb is online here for Kabi, and the Ray is coming online here. We're going to have to find out who gets this first cap. That's going to be really telling in who can win over this map.
Yep. Everyone pushing back once more, as eventually Ken getting rid of Farouk is massive for them. And there's that rundown that you expect out of Belgium. That is where the strongest points are going to lie, as Cabby knocked out of the mech. Obviously going to hold on to the bomb, is flat the last one alive. Just going to cause some last-second stall. And honestly does a good job of it, but immediately falls over. And now 5th and final point in control of Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium. Okay, I'm going to be so honest. I know it's not very professional of me, but if Belgium win while holding onto this Reaper roll, I'm going to be a little pissed. But Turkey going to be coming back with a lot of ults of their own, have that bomb, have that Ray, have that override protocol. That can be so critical in turning the fight. For Belgium, this is just a stall game right now. As long as they can try to force out as much percentage as possible, they're going to be happy with it.
Oh, would be absolutely ecstatic right now, as Levo's trying to find literally anybody. Is pushing bodies back, by the way. They're going to maybe flip this without the need of doing anything else, as bomb going to be thrown out. Ken gets read like a book there, despite getting that stick over onto Farouk. We're back at the front before Skytour could just force bodies into a room and attempt the Primal Rage instead. But the problem is again, Skytour's pushed back, has to just jump in and let that loose, as you eventually are going to try to get rid of them, as Cabby forcing the bomb isn't going to be able to remech either. They're forced back even further, as Ayumi is thrown into the air like they are a pinata, eventually gone away, as just a little more stall coming through from the last 2 members of the squad. Flat last one once again is 46% on the board, and now it comes down to this. It might come down to the Petite Pigeon hero play.
Please pop your Q. Please, I'm begging of you to just pop your Q. It's not the end of the world if it gets nothing. We need to pop it. But Turkey have nothing besides a rush on board. This is final fight territory for Turkey. They could make this a map 3 series right here, right now. They're holding this for the greatest Reaper ult of all time. There it is, finally. And it doesn't find any value, but that's okay. As long as the Q has been popped here, the rush is going to be online. The Captive Sun is going to be utilized, not going to be able to connect on anybody. Nico gets a kill onto Ken. Farouk is taken down, however. It's a 4v4 situation. Flat finds another one on the Wes. Skydoor going to jump in on one. But now I think it's going to be going the way of Turkey. A back and forth exchange. They need to get this kills. They're going to need to find something, and it's just Skytour left. The Winston alone on the objective, and that's going to be a flip there from Turkey. This is... I mean, this is going all the way.
Yeah, honestly, as it should. And now Turkey could potentially end this thing right now and give themselves a win to start the weekend going. But remember, Pulse Bomb around the corner, Kitsune Rush around the corner, Skytor not out of unreasonable range either. But it's really down to lethal, I think, to find the true shutdown over here. I mean, you have the one ultimate at this time. If you can find somebody like Wez or Kaba early on, you could potentially snowball effect the entirety of this one right here. But it's Final Fight Online as Cabby runs for their existence, as here comes the big fight. Kitsune Rush used immediately as here comes lethal. Needs to find somebody as it's Ayumi that's down first. It's massive for Belgium. Pulse Bomb directly onto Cabby as well. The mech burnt away. Flat gonna do everything they can to pull this one back. Unfortunately, it's them against the stormy sea without a paddle. And while Flat is gonna be able to maybe try one more touch, they'll get burnt down instead, and we will go to a third and final map once more.
Yeah, I mean, this is, again, a top 3 situation, or, sorry, a map 3 situation, which has been a really good showing from the side of both of these teams. I think Belgium and Turkey are both very equals in their own right. I mean, this has been an absolute banger to watch so far. Let's see if we can get any updates on the... I just want to check if any of the other games have finished up, because they probably might have by now. Yep. Let's see. Estonia 2-0'd against Portugal. What other one came through? Czech lost to Austria. So this is the final matchup. This is going to be the deciding factor for this first round. This is our last matchup of the game.
Yeah, and that's fascinating. Hey, that's happened to us now. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the week.
Oh, I have to transition. Wait.
Yeah, you do indeed have to transition.
Okay, wait. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I transition.
All right. Yeah, we're just waiting on the result of this game right here. Unless am I being speckledorfed? Am I being speckledorfed?
Okay, and then I gotta make sure that my desktop audio is on, so I think they can hear you now.
Wait, or wait.
What?
I'm not dumb, right? Yeah,
what's happening?
I need to go back. I'm gonna make sure I'm right. Yeah, because Belgium. Wait, or am I dumb? No, I just have to double check something.
What's happening? What's happening? I'm scared.
Don't be scared. I'm just confirming something on my end, because I'm wondering if Hunter messed up something very, very tiny that he didn't realize. Either that, or maybe I didn't notice something that happened. Because wasn't it? Yeah, because Turkey won map 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just had Belgium win
Belgium
map 2.
won map. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what I found out is that Liquipedia is gaslighting me. I think they put the wrong
Liquipedia
results.
is?
I think they put the wrong results, because that was clearly each team winning a map. Very clearly, right? Like, I'm not mistaken.
I think they just haven't updated it yet, right? They just have the 1-0 from Turkey winning map number 1.
No, here's the thing. It's updated with Belgium being 0-2 on that game. But they clearly just won. They very clearly just won. Right?
Yeah. That is true. What?
Yeah, because I'm looking right now, and it's very clear that Belgium wins this fight. They clean them up. Do they just C9 or something? No, they take the point.
No, they win. They win.
They win. Okay. Awkward.
Liquipedia gets it wrong.
Liquipedia is wrong sometimes. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, yeah, the page just got updated. I wonder what it's going to be.
I wonder what it could be.
Wait, they didn't fix it.
Did they not?
No, they didn't. I thought I got fixed.
But no, this is very much going to third map. Do not trust that listing right there. This is going to a third and final map, and then after this, we have to wait for the rest of the games, which means, guess what? They have to wait on this game before they can simulate or get the next set of games going. So do not worry about any games. Yeah, but say don't worry about any games happening on at the same time as this. They have to wait for this game, because the way this is going to work for the next set of games, this is important to bring up. So the first set of games is going to be all the 1-0 teams against each other. Okay, and the last set of games is going to be all of the 0-1 teams against each other. But that middle set of games, there is a mix between a 1-0 or 1-0 game, an 0-1 game, and then the last game is a 1-0 team facing an 0-1 team. How that is determined, I have genuinely no idea. It might come down to the closeness of certain games. If certain ones went to map 3, which we know now, multiple games went to map 3. So we'll see what comes of that. So whoever wins this game is very likely to be playing back-to-back games.
I love contributing to the shared viewership of this whole. Yeah, I 25, 50, 78, 11, 1. So
To be fair, I get sad when that happens with Dex every once in a while, where it'll be like 2, and I'm like, buddy, I know you're doing your best. I can't be mad at you.
And guys, I'm just brand new, all right? To leave me alone a little bit.
But everyone's been popping off so far today. Y'all been lovely, 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 lovely. Trying to think in my head. I can't think. My brain not working. But hey, we have this third map around the corner that's going to finish off the series, and then we can focus on that second set of matches that will round out the day then. But we're only on our third game out of 6 that we'll be covering throughout the entirety of this day. We weren't able to watch Poland versus Latvia earlier like we really truly hoped we could have, but we managed to see pretty much all of that game between Italy and Iceland, where it was a really big dub for I believe it was Italy that took that one away, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I've already stopped using my brain. Okay, good.
Italy did take that one.
No gaslighting here. Now
no
Belgium,
gaslighting.
Yeah, and as you see below, Belgium, Turkey, 1-1 right now. So right now, we are just waiting for this last map to begin so that we can get the last set of games for the day coming up here. But it's still going to be a long one. It's coming up on 3 p.m. local time right now.
Yeah, I'm
EST.
definitely feeling last night. Korea until 6, into waking up at noon. Maybe that wasn't my best idea, but
yeah,
I should.
There's a reason why this weekend is so wicked for me, because unfortunately I'm a wrestling fan. And this weekend.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
It's unfortunate this weekend because this weekend's WrestleMania.
Oh.
And it's a 2-night event nowadays. So basically, because today is just all Overwatch. I'm doing this until 6 o'clock, taking a break to eat dinner. Then we're doing a South American game at 7, and then a North American game at 9 o'clock. And then EMEA games start up tomorrow for our local time here at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do that for another 6 hours, and then I have WrestleMania later that night. That starts around like 6 o'clock, and then that's probably gonna go till like probably 10. Need to get home, sleep, wake up at like 7 a.m. again for another morning, where I will then go to WrestleMania Night 2 later that night as well, and then have to wake up at 4 a.m. the next morning for work.
Yeah, I don't envy you. I have an elemental game at 8, so I guess at 6 I'm gonna try to take a nap to the best of my ability, and just kind of pray that I'm able to get a little bit of a break in, and then I guess wake up for the cast at 8, and then probably take another nap and then watch Korea. Oh God, even saying that out loud makes me upset.
Oh man, but you know who else might be upset? Whoever loses this next map coming up here, because we have loaded in the third map of this. And go ahead and keep your thing right there, and I will simply pause and catch up with you properly. So just stick on there. No need to change a single thing. I'm just pausing.
I'm not touching anything.
Everybody. Yep, I'm just pausing for a second so that we can get properly in sync. Yes, like the boy band. All right, we are in sync, so we can focus in on this one. Turkey, Belgium, the final map of the series is online, barring the most ridiculous tie of all time. But I talked before we even started the game today about Flat, what they could do on that Genji. There's a chance we get to see it in action right here.
Yeah, Belgium going to be having Skytour on that Winston yet again. I think that's their signature character. And then Petite Pigeon yet again going to be on that Reaper. So we'll have to find out, of course, if they're going to hit Q this time or if we're going to hold it for 10 minutes. That's the real question. Water.
See what comes to form up in this one. Honestly, I like Sniper still on the Winston. It feels like it was kind of half-baked on the original map, but I think Rudasabi plays into the strength a little bit more. T-Pigeon be back over on the Reaper. We'll see how long we hold the Death Blossom this time around, as that point about to unlock that bot. Gonna start making some progress for one side, but everybody refusing to go down really quick, as it's Farouk and Flat that really have to play carefully going into that Winston, because if Flat is caught out in the wrong place, wrong time, almost like this right here, it can end very disastrously, very quickly.
Yeah, both of these tanks taken incredibly low, and the Diva D-Mech is going to be coming out to fruition here. So a little bit of an advantage right now for Belgium if they want to keep pushing on it. Flat gets taken down next. Kabi next to fall from SkyTour on that Winston. Dives in, looking at this Emre, but not going to be able to find anybody from... Or no trades coming through from the side of Turkey, so we will be seeing Belgium get some percentage on the board. Or meterage, I would say.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really good fight for Belgium to get things started. Turkey got to make their way back in this one as... Yeah, not a whole lot of changes, but it is, again, it's really about just setting up Flat and Lethal to have as much space as they can. Cabby also kind of just needs that support to be able to hang around that corner and make that job of taking space as easy as humanly possible. And the problem is, it's not an easy task, no matter how you slice it. Let's be real on that accord. But still, it has to be done, especially as you're already at 43 meters. It would be a complete... irreparable situation if you let this thing get so far away from you so early on in this one, as Lethal is about to build up to that first ultimate of this series right here. About to have the override protocol.
Yeah, this override protocol from Lethal has to go absolutely nuclear. It needs to get something going on. You need to find a couple of kills and hope that your team can kind of follow up. They are going to be taken a little low, and Ken is going to actually be able to shoot Lethal out of the sky. That's a really bad start here from Turkey, as that Suzu is already forced. This Winston's going to dive in, get the kill onto that Kiriko. A nice captive sun onto so many players. I mean, this is looking bad for Turkey, as this is going to unlock the checkpoint, the forward spawn for Belgium, and they only used one ult.
Yeah, and now they're going to have 4 going into this one, and it's just really rough. And especially as Pigeon is just hanging about, having a good time of it all. Understandable. But still, you're going to this one, you're going to have a blade ready here. If you're Flat, it's going to be really tough to throw into this, given what the team has entirely, as, yeah, Pigeon's just hanging around. Eventually going to go through and try to force Cabby and attack this backline a little bit as well. Ken trying to lose a little bit here, as it's Flat and the backline by themselves in a 2v1. Not going to be able to find anything. It's really just trying to continuously take attention away as that nade flies up. Eventually, Flat going to be taken out, but the question is the space properly taken? As Cabby is knocked out of mech at 97% to bomb, and that is going to be potentially the death tolls ringing away, as this lead is likely going to extend close to the 100-meter mark.
Yeah, this is looking dire now for Turkey. They need to get something on the board. They haven't popped a lot of their ults besides Rush. Belgium going to be a little bit out of deficit here. Only have the Reaper ult, which means they essentially have no ults on the table. As Turkey now have the advantage, they need to get something done. They cannot allow this lead to extend any further. They need to go nuclear with this beat maybe, or a blade potentially. As we do see SkyTour dropping incredibly low, maybe taken out of the engagement, and that's a good start for Turkey to make this comeback.
Yeah, still plenty of time. You need to find more than just SkyTour, though. You need to find literally anybody else here. And unfortunately, I don't think they're going to. Even after the really good connection from Flat right there, it's just not going to be enough. And now you've got really good ultimates. You, by all intents and purposes, should win this fight if someone doesn't get caught out early.
Yeah, I mean, Turkey have all the advantages in the world. They need to get something done. There's the Reaper ult, however, from Petit Pigeon, learning from his mistakes. But a beat good from Farouk is going to make it stabilized. But the whole time, Belgium is going to be taking the objective the other way around. This Winston dropping incredibly low, taking out of the engagement. Ken gets a nice trade onto Flat, but gets taken down. Oh, and actually not, excuse me, Lethal's able to find the kill on the Petit Pigeon. And they're finally going to be able to get some forward progress just using the beat. Now Belgium a little bit in the Great Depression era, as they now have to get the job done with not a lot on the table besides Captive Sun and an override protocol?
Yeah, just about. That's unfortunately the case. But to be fair, they've proven before it's winnable in scenarios like that. They just have to find a way to pull it out. If Ken get this online, Cabby is going to have to spend all their pressure focusing that backline. But right now, Flat, again, is set up ready to go right now. Would love to find something with this blade right here, but you see they get forced back. Make a health pack, though, is available. Cabby might be forced to use the bomb here in a moment. He's kind of focusing, again, all that attention, trying to shut one body down. You take the immediate trade. Cabot being gone makes this really rough because Cabot's been so impressive throughout the day thus far here, as Pigeon eventually be forced back in. SkyTour going to be in really deep here with a Primal Rage, as it's going to be let loose, trying to throw Farouk over into the corner, who's sitting at 1 health. But it's so many people sitting at 1 health. Eventually, Farouk thrown back, gets knocked on the edge momentarily, is eventually going to get chased down here. SkyTour is in super deep. Eventually just has to leave Farouk and try to get back into the fight instead.
Yeah, but this whole time, Belgium has been able to take the objective backwards towards the enemy territory. So Turkey, actually, despite committing all those ults, don't really get a lot of pressure from it. Sure, they do get to 45 meters. You still have that blade. You're almost at your own beat, but Belgium now going to be able to stabilize a little bit with their own ultimates online here. This Captive Sun can change everything in the world for them. As there's the rush going to come through from Wes, looking just to get something done. The blade is good, however. It's not going to be able to find any picks, but the beat is good to support it. That's one pick. Maybe make it a second one, but the fade is good. They're not going to be able to finalize that kill onto the second DPS. And this entire time, Belgium is just simply walking the bot. They've re-unlocked forward spawn, and now, I mean, this is just a bad situation if you're Turkey.
Yeah, the rest of his lethal gets some good picks, but again, forward spawn's unlocked. Everybody's able to get back really quickly. You still have a death blossom here ready to go. God forbid it ever gets used. But you hit the full reset if you're Turkey. You are not close to anything. Lethal can build up quickly, but even then, it doesn't guarantee success. But Belgium, they're still sitting in a good position. Again, because Cabot gets taken out so early to where the Captive Sun can't be used, now it's ready for this fight instead, and Cabot is going to have to be big, but it's Lethal who's big out the gate. Wes is taken care of. A Skytorch has to simply dive the backline to find anything as... There goes Pigeon. That's lots of proniness. Cabby has a nice little Thanksgiving dinner. Gets rid of the Captive Sun, and it's massive for them, as all Ken can do is die on the point, as forward spawns are going to be unlocked here momentarily for Turkey.
Yeah, really good and necessary fight for Turkey to win. They managed to force out pretty much all the ults from Belgium. They don't find any value off of the Reaper ult, and the Captive Sun is eaten from Kabi on that Diva. So now Turkey has the advantage. They have the ult advantage. They just need to get a couple more meters on the board. They have unlocked that forward spawn, which is going to be such a huge asset to them, as they are going to be now looking to maybe win 1 or 2 more fights in order to get the job done.
Yeah, gonna really need it right here. You see that aggression around the gate. Lethal lets it loose immediately. He is barely struggling. Stay alive. Eventually we'll be able to do so. You see right now, but he's gonna try to run out of there. He's gonna get connected across the earth, but is gonna get the care just in time. Skyscore, though, cannot say the same. Dies at 99% to having the primal reach online, but unfortunately, the down takes away the possibility of having a complete shutout around the corner right here. Ken doing everything they can to kind of take away as much space as possible. You see Ayumi playing for their life right now. Ken with the double over onto Flat and Ayumi. It's massive in the pullout, gets a third to finish out the fight, and unfortunately for Turkey, just not able to get some of those big ultimates on in time.
Yeah, now Belgium, a little bit of a down position. Turkey have definitely the ult advantage, but they are going to be able to take this point back to the main area. If they're going to be able to get maybe a 1 pick in the neutral, that would be absolutely huge. You need to make sure you contest this card. However, Skytor going to be going in with that primal. The rush is good, but everybody's going to get displaced. The lethal is incredibly low. Going to get all the cure in the world, however. The beat is also online. I don't know if I love this. As Ayumi is taken down, Flat has the blade, Kabi has the... Oh my god, there's too many ults being utilized. I mean, Turkey popped both of the support ults to lose the engagement. That's never a good sign, Your Honor.
Yeah, and unfortunately they'll be burnt away. Kabi pops the bomb. Oh, that is really unfortunate, because now Kabi is going to be burnt out of mech again, and to be fair, they're not going to stagger it, but now they bring it back. They get forward spawns, and it's Flat has to be a hero this upcoming fight now.
This has to be like a who are you level blade in order to get any kind of value on the board in order to get this win. As I mean, the card is not on your side. You're 45 seconds left. You don't have any ults except for this blade. I mean, lethal could go maybe nuclear, but I mean, if Belgium plays this correctly, they could just close this out right here, right now, and we could see Turkey going down into that 0-1 situation. A Reaper all going to get utilized, finds 1 pick before getting eaten. The blade is good. No. Oh my god, so people is so low. Please. Oh my god.
If they're going for it, blade as well. It's just barely out of range. He's able to cut through both as you saw they're saying Cabot uses the Captive Sun to get back to the edge and stays alive, actually.
Oh.
That's massive. Because now all 5 of them are going to be alive for this upcoming fight.
Yeah, that is going to be really good. Belgium have a couple of options on the table. Turkey is so broke. They are looking like 1920s America, the way they're in the Great Depression of their ult economy. They have nothing on the board. What, closest is 70% to a beat,
yeah.
But I mean, Lethal's taken down. There goes Farouk. It's an overtime situation. Skytor trying their absolute best to stay alive and face the Reaper.
Ooh,
They have a primal rage on the back.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be it, I think. Belgium take this. Yeah, unfortunately, Turkey are going to be dropping down to that 0-1 situation here. But now, round 1 has been decided. We have all of our standings as we get ready for round number 2.
Yep, that will wrap that one up right then and there. You definitely were slightly ahead during the end there, but honestly, it was pretty clear by the time you said it, that fight was going the way it was. So it's going to be Belgium, like you said, taking that first win there to put themselves in good standing. Turkey going to have to fight their way back in the 0-1 side here a little later on tonight. But either way, it's a really good scenario for Belgium. Again, it's a really hotly contested game the entire time, so you can't say anything bad about either team. I think both played extremely well, and it's just in a really unfortunate set of circumstances for them to lose out on that one, because honestly, one or two fights go differently back over on Atlas. We probably aren't here right now. We're probably like, all right, we're loading up for the next game, but you know, Belgium has been like a tour de force and fought their way back to that series big time.
Yeah, now I'm looking at all of these teams that are 1-0 and looking at like what the possible matchups are, and I mean it's going to be scary for some of these top teams, right? I mean, Austria, Estonia, Germany, Poland, the Netherlands, Belgium, all of these teams are so incredibly talented and strong that they're, some of these teams are already going to be in that 1-to-1 situation. I mean, right now everything seems to be going the way that they want it to be. Some of these teams in the bottom right now, though, a little scared. They're round 2. They're going to be going against another 0-1 opponent. But I mean, it's just gonna. I mean, does the fact that the two of the matches went to 1-1 affect the matchups? Like, are we going to be seeing?
So